Jason 2.
Hey, Jason, is that you?
Chuck.
Hey,
how are you
doing, man? We're good.
I've been sitting here listening. So I'm happy you guys brought me on. Happy everybody. I want to stay with the comment Chuck just made, okay? And I don't want you to think they're closing up shop because they made too much money. That's what we're all assuming because we think this is so lucrative. But where these companies are failing is cash flow. Because what's happening is they knew how to sign deals, but they didn't know how to collect. So all these referral partners out there have been counting how much money they're going to make, and the money never came to fruition. Chuck, I'm sure you get a lot of people reaching out to you every day from other companies. I can tell you in the last 10 days, I've spoke to 2 people who claim they've done $1 billion. And they're like, what good is $1 billion if you're not going to collect anything on it? This guy told me that he made a deal to walk away with $2 million. He's done $1 billion. Wow. That's not good mathematics.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I think that's really important to know of who you're going to bed with, right? At the end of the day, counting your money on a piece of paper is different than opening up your bank account and seeing that it's in there. Big difference. And the question that I was asking about, I'm sorry if it came off the wrong way, was somebody asked about the PPP, right? And there was a little confusion here. And Mike, you're going down the right road, but I think I can just add something to it. And that is where a lot of the miscommunication is about the PPP. And what Mike is trying to show you is that PPP was public knowledge. And therefore, you can see what businesses got what. And he's just playing into that from a sales role of, okay, these guys got $200,000. They got to have some employees. So this is a perfect person to reach out to. That's the only point he was trying to make, is to use it to your advantage to sell. There is a marketing campaign out there right now by somebody else where these people are thinking that they're getting back $500,000 in ERC and that someone filed it for them, because the way it's written is that this is from Wells Fargo Bank and this is from Bank of America. And at the bottom is, to have a conversation about this ad, when you call, please mention 12345. Right? So that's where Mike was going with this, is take advantage of this information to use it as a sales tool to prospect.
Correct.
Right? It's a home run. What the other advantage you have in the business model that a lot of you at iHub uses, it's more door-to-door, in-person, warm leads. There is so much scam going on there that on a day-to-day basis, I speak to people, that have 10 emails and they just hit delete instead of going after their money because they don't believe any of it's real. That PPP information can show that you did your homework.
Gives you a little credibility when you go in the door and you know a little bit about their business.
You know what? I'm an expert in this field. Besides understanding the product, this is how we go after some leads, is that the PPP was public, but just know the ERC is private. Nobody will ever know what you received.
Right.
And hey, guys, I didn't have an opportunity to introduce Jason. Jason is our point of contact with Bottom Line Concepts. He's been my go-to person to figure out almost anything, deals getting stuck, and I know we've got a new automated system that the company's going to talk about on Thursday night's call. That's going to give everybody a huge advantage as far as knowing where everything is at and where the process is. I mean, you'll be able to instantly put in a deal and then within 24 hours get back information from the project manager that's handling that particular deal. It's just a great tool for all of us to utilize. And Eric Z is going to announce that on Thursday night's call. So, Jason, thanks for popping on, buddy. So, awesome. What's the good word down in Miami? What's going on?
You know, just work hard, right? Work hard, play hard. What's the difference, right? You know, we're just having a lot of fun. I mean, it's wild to me with that. Like, I don't even think we've hit the part of the hockey stick that runs up.
Yeah.
I think people don't you know, there's always that I wish. I really, truly believe that we have not even seen the excitement in this business that we're about to see. And I mean that truly, because nobody's given the sense of urgency yet. Right now, it's just, you can get up to $26,000.
Yeah.
Wait to the fall when it's like, don't miss out. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah. That's going to be next January, February.
Yeah,
March.
totally. It's going to be September through March, April of 24.
Yeah.
It's going to be nuts.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because everybody doesn't want to miss out on filing for 2020.
Right. But what I think is really important in this referral partner program is what you brought up is like what's going on with these other companies. And I don't badmouth anybody. It's not my style. But the calls I've been getting have been epic. Like, it just shows what a great job we do in the honor system that we believe in. I mean, I don't know one RP that has submitted their banking, responded to us that was due money that hasn't been paid. Right? We had a call today. Our bad debt is probably less than 10%. In this business, it's the 80-20 rule. I mean, let's face reality. We're playing the game of the honor system.
Right.
But at the end of the day, for the amount of work that goes into it, last time I checked, to get paid this amount of money per hour is well worth it.
Hey, just so you, as a company, Chuck, I just looked at the back. We just broke over 1.1 billion in customers that came in, not that have been submitted to the IRS, but stuff that's in place, stuff that we're collecting documents on.
You guys crush it.
Yeah,
You guys
it's
crush
all
it.
going to
That's
get
why.
submitted.
Listen, you know, where I got fortunate was I was in the right place at the right time when the iHub team walked into the office. I so happened to be there that day. So, you know, we took a real liking to each other. I love your guys' model. I love what you guys are doing to help people succeed in this world. And, I mean, let's face it, we've had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's going to get better.
Hey, Jason, here's a question for you. It says, what's the biggest difference between Bottom Line and other companies that supposedly handle ERC?
So the number one question that doesn't get asked is, tell me about your company. Right? I know a guy in this business that's never met the accountant doing the work. The biggest difference is we've been here since 2009. Just look at our testimonials. They're real. It's not Mike F., Madison, Wisconsin. I mean, listen, look at the people that are joining us. I promise you, they're not just waking up in the morning and say, let's go sell deals for Bottom Line. They're putting us through the ringer, right? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you don't just get the Boston Red Sox to write you a testimonial. You know, that's the difference, is that we have been in this space for 14 years. The reason we were so successful in the beginning is we already had the platform. Josh's business model was always referral partners. The only thing that changed is we went from Fortune 1000 to small business. Listen, do we have hiccups? Absolutely, man. I mean, we're all learning this business on the fly. It's like the automobile being in 18 months since it was created. Nobody knew what the hell was going to happen in this space. You know, the other difference is that we have a whole staff of tax attorneys and accountants, not just doing the numbers, but going through legislation and sitting around and brainstorming, like, when do you qualify until? This isn't just till September 30th, 21 and get me as much money as possible. John, next parties, you in Ohio, if I remember? Iowa? But the next parties, it's funny, we're putting together a tour now. The cities we're looking at, and everybody, you know, we're going to, we're probably going to go to the Virginias. We're going to probably try for the Carolinas. We're going to try for Chicago. We're going to try for Vegas, California. We're trying to do a road tour everywhere and like just do them two at a time.
Yeah. Fun.
You know what's the hardest part about it? Who the hell wants to be part of planning it?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, you guys, I'm sure you've got somebody that does all that for you. That's
No, we actually, yeah, that's the hard part because they come to me and say, Jason, who's based in this city? I have no clue.
right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can always ask us. We've
That's
got a
true.
pretty,
You guys probably have the information. I mean, listen,
we've got a pretty good
where did we
database.
get Kevin O'Leary's video testimony? So here's what I'm going to say to you guys here, right? Let's clear something up here. Kevin O'Leary has been great as far as the brand. And I understand we overplay it. But let's put iHub on a pedestal. Because the training and everything you've done for all your members is first class. And I think that's really, really important because everybody sees the Tony Robbins, everybody sees these brand names. Be proud that you're part of iHub.
Yeah.
Me and I talk about this a lot.
Yeah. The systems are second to none. I mean, I've been in a lot of companies. I've worked with a lot of people, and we talk about it all the time. That I've never had this type of back office, this type of training, this type of any of the systems that we have.
So, if you don't mind, let me go through some questions here. Okay, you got someone from Jay. If client contact was suddenly fired, do me a favor. You send an email to Chuck. Chuck will definitely get it to me, and I'll get that sales rep who was on the account in an email with you to get everything fixed. Chuck probably also has a way that he can just go into that salesperson's calendar and book the appointment.
Right.
Where else is on here? Some questions. Yep. Somebody got a $500 gas check. Not bad. Let's keep them coming, right? The more gas that goes out, the more smiles on this call.
So JB's got a question. Let me unmute him real quick. Go ahead, JB. Go ahead.
Hi, thank you so much for taking my question. And actually, I'm the one who put in chat about the employee, the contact being fired all of a sudden last Friday. Will the new contact need to also schedule a call then to be brought up to speed on what she's supposed to be doing?
If that's the main person, out of respect, I think that's the best way to go about it so they feel involved. I mean, guys, I'm working on a company right now where a CFO didn't let the job happen. This is a true story, man. We are going through the ringer, but we got it. And basically what happened was they brought in a new CFO. And the owner said, hey, go speak to them because they believe we qualify. If I get this person under 500 people, they're going to get $11 million. Right? And right now we're going through a test. So what did we do? We made this new CFO feel like he's the person in charge. And this guy is working so hard with us because what happens is that new person looks like a hero to his boss because he got him this money.
Yeah.
It's a win-win to do it that way, of get that new person involved for a call. Let them feel part of it.
Terrific. Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you.
Real good. Hey, Maynard, how about a question?
Yes, thank you. I've always done cold contacts in person, and I enjoy it, but I can see the advantages of sitting down and making calls and using the program that you've laid out. Do you have is there any rule of thumb, like if you make 50 calls, how many will sign? Or, is there any statistics on that? Or
So you can't really control how many people are going to sign, but you can control how many people you're going to call. And based on the calls that you're going to make, you're going to have a certain amount in play. And it's going to be in the follow-up, right? The fruit is in the follow-up. You're probably not going to close these people on a first call, but you're creating a relationship, and you're touching them, and you're touching them, and you're touching them, and you're gonna win them over time.
So how soon and how often do you follow up?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm going to send them their first email with some information. I got a really good email that I send out. Information. It's information that ties into it, the PPP, what they would have got, what bank helped them to get it. Hey, based on your numbers, you may qualify for this much or more. And I kind of lower the numbers. I don't go after that 26,000 number. But then I follow up with that email a couple of days later. I'll follow up with them, talk to them again, because it's funny how people work, right? Once you talk to somebody the first time, you're a stranger. You're talking to them the second time, the third time. Now they know who you are. It's almost like, oh, hey, Mike, how are you? And it's just the calls start to warm up, and you'll be able to close them.
Well, I was just telling the guys when we were in our chat before we got started that my hairdresser, I mean, I've been going in there for forever, and I had to get 6 more haircuts before I finally got her on the phone with somebody, and now she's got it's been submitted. She's going to get $83,000 back, and she's just ecstatic. I might get free haircuts from now on.
Yo, Chuck, true story. I have not paid for a haircut in a year. I got the guy $31,000. True fucking story.
Is that right?
It's gotten to the point where he's been telling me how hard it is, that he's been complaining, and he still won't let me pay. So next Saturday, I'm buying the whole salon lunch because he won't take money from me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a true story, man. The guy will not let me pay.
Right. Well, that'll be a plus.
Thank you.
Real good.
We're gonna
Thanks,
get a lot of
Baylor.
Christmas cards.
Hey, James, you got a question?
Yeah, I have a question. I'm just starting out, and I'm wondering how would I go about doing it? Because right now I'm not at work. I've been off of work for almost a week. Now I was wondering how would I go about doing it just to get started and maybe get some deals under my belt?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different ways, but what we always recommend is the low-hanging fruit, meaning go to the people you spend money with, that you've been spending money with all these years, that business owners, and just ask the question, right? Hey, have you filed for your ERC refund yet?
Okay.
They're either going to say yes, no, or what in the world is the ERC refund? So, Jason, anything to add to that?
No, I mean, I've seen everything work. You got to do what you feel most comfortable with.
Okay. Is there any literature that I can mail out to businesses as well?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. That's the one game. Don't waste your. That's the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have to get it right. You just have to get it going. You just got to walk in with confidence that you know what you're doing. Fake it till you make it.
So go to our back office, spend some time going through the training. Everything is back there. Just get as familiar with everything as you possibly can. Reach out to any of us, Michael, myself, or Mike, and we're more than happy to, help and coach you along a little bit.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Real good. Thank you very much.
Hey, Mike Ippolito.
Yes.
People are asking about the next time you're going to do one of those cold calling Zooms. Can you make a comment about that?
Yeah, let's do next Wednesday.
And just mention the time, and then
10 a.m. Eastern time next Wednesday. And if you're on the call on next Tuesday night, I'll put the link in the room.
Perfect. Thank you.
So Jason, you want to say anything about having people look at their deals or getting stuck anywhere? Or
Yeah, I mean, listen, Chuck, I think we got far when we announced that last time. I mean, my inbox got destroyed, but
right.
Anything stuck 7 days, there's a lot going on, guys. We have this thing called the PM hotline that has been a huge success for us. It's up to about 40% of all deals that get to the finish line. And we are on the final steps of getting iHub. They'll be our 11th member to join this. We're on the final steps of getting it working. We're just finishing some tech issues, right? But in the meantime, any deal 7 days out in the same gathering doc stage, whether it be stage gathering docs or Asana status gathering docs, send an email. We're here to help, man. I can just hit a button. I can go in the system. I see what's going on. Boom. I come right back to Chuck with the updates. or I get project managers involved to answer the questions.
Right.
Gary Ivy has his I guess wife has her hand up, so
Okay, let's unmute you.
ladies first.
We own a company. We've got about 100 clients. We just got in 2 days ago. We just found out about this. We actually, a few months ago, got $44,000 from the ERC.
Awesome.
So we're a company that knows we have employees.
What type of business do you have?
We do websites
Got it.
for manufacturers and importers in the industry. Our employees are in Atlanta, Georgia. We happen to live in Kona, Hawaii.
Oh.
So we live here. Now, we also have stores. The question is, we also have thousands of stores that have opted to receive advertising from us. How successful will it be if we send out an email blast to the stores and they go to the website, the landing page? Do very many people go ahead and sign up there, or is it going to take personal contact?
I want to answer this question, guys. So everything is in regards to follow-up, okay? And there's two approaches that I see work. One is you put your link on, you're a trusted advisor, they know who you are, and you write a nice professional email that says, hey, just so, and if you're open to it, mention that you got the program and you loved it so much that you wanted to reach out and tell everybody about it, okay? The other approach that people are taking is they don't put a link at all, and they just want conversation with you. And then what happens is if the conversation goes well, I want to learn more, you go to your link, right? You set everything up. Your calendar shows up and it's okay. What time works for you? I have my calendar open to book a call with an expert. Both ways work. You just have to do with what you think you're going to feel more comfortable with. You might want to take 100 of those clients or people that advertising with and do 50-50. So you do a 10% split test and see what works better. Mess around with it. You don't have to hit all 1,000 on the first clip.
And is it Ivy?
Back on mute.
Chuck, you muted them out. You unmute her.
You what? Who's that?
She's
Ivan?
muted again.
Yeah.
You got to unmute.
Okay, go ahead, Ivan.
Ivy, you got to unmute. Chuck, you got to.
There you go.
Hi. Good evening. Thank you. Well, I'm a big fan of helping the client in the process. So basically, Michael Stern actually answered an email question, but it was kind of half the answer I needed. While I'm helping the client, if the client tells me that he is fine with fast tracking this submission, at that point, I think I should handle the assignment to him, because they have to sign the document. I cannot sign for them. So basically, my question is, what do I do at that point? I am helping the client. I am taking the process for him. I am trying to schedule the call. But at that point, he tells me that he prefers to fast track the submission and go ahead. So how can I take that to the client and then let him sign and submit the documents?
You need to just get him the link that you're working off of and have him continue from there.
Okay, so all the progress will be saved and it will continue from there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the only thing that was missing. Thank you, and thank you, Michael, so much for your email.
No problem.
You bet.
Thank
Chuck, I wanted you to bring Gary Ivy back in again. Just 1 second.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So what I was going to say to you, you said you do websites. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I want you to look at the top of our website, at the top of our leaderboard. Okay, is Gordy, of course, who's the monster, and then
Your leaderboard of your website?
On our website. When you're on the website, you're going to go to
Uh-huh.
leaderboard. The second guy down, you're going to see the guy by the name of Steve Manson. Steve Manson also does websites. And he's reaching out to these people all individually, personally, calling them on the phone, talking to them one at a time. And he's hitting it out of the park. So if you have that relationship with them, I suggest you call them.
Okay. But if, how much success do people have by just putting a display ad on
Not
there,
as much.
and then they come to the website?
You know, it's not going to be anywhere near as well as the warm market.
Okay.
You're going to get some, but you're going to get also a lot of garbage in there that we can't just book right into the phone calls, because people are filling out forced leads, and then we're filling up the calendar for bottom line with stuff that we don't want to fill it up with.
Well, I think this federal pay, because we will take some of our top stores that have a lot of locations, contact them first.
Yep.
Hey, excuse me a second. Chuck, can you make Jason a co-host? He had to go out and he's back, had to come back in.
Oh, he had to come back in.
Jason too.
I don't see him. Still the same Jason too?
Jason too.
Okay.
I don't see him.
I don't see him either.
Maybe he.
Nope.
Oh, it just says iPhone. Gosh.
Oh, does it just say iPhone? Oh, I got
There's more than one.
Except I got two of them.
Yeah, I know, but it.
Well, unmute one
text,
first, see who it
text
is.
it says iPhone. Put your hand up, Jason, for iPhone, and we'll see you. And you.
I'm good. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but just put your hand up so we know which one you are.
My last thing to say in that conversation was, what I would highly recommend you doing is, you said you're going to reach out to a couple of people that had a couple of stores. That's fine. But call them. Who cares? Pick up the phone.
Yeah.
It never hurts.
That's what I was saying. And Jason, you know what? She's doing the same thing. They do the same thing that Steve Manson does, right?
Yeah.
In that they deal with websites. So we already know that, there's definitely success there.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, guys, we got 4 questions that are left up here. Chris, Dave, Dominic, and Ronello. So we'll get, so Chris, go right ahead. Unmute yourself. I can hear you. I can see your lips moving, but I don't hear anything happening.
Yeah,
Nope.
we can't hear you, Chris. You don't seem to have your mic connected properly. Yeah, now we can.
All right. Hey, I just want to say to the people that have the business, the web business, I'm a small business owner, and if you would call me up, you instantly would go ahead of the line of everybody who's contacted me. So just to give you confidence, just call them and just say, hey, I got something for you, because we'll definitely listen. The second thing is this, Jason, when I go into a business and I explain what we're doing, and the biggest rejection or the biggest negative I get is, we've been told we don't qualify. Can you give me one or two,
Perfect. I love that answer. That's like hitting a pot of gold. I understand. Why are you being told you don't qualify? Well, we had too much revenue. We made too much money. Great. Now, you all have the number 2 link to the IRS that basically says is how they urge businesses to look into the employee retention credit. And there's 2 ways to qualify. The first one, the top one, is a change of operations, a full or partial suspension, or a decline in revenue. So there's been so many updates that now allow companies that even had better years to go back and look into qualifying for this. You have to take advantage of that IRS link number 2, because it makes it very clear that revenue is not the only way to qualify. And 90% of the time, that is what the reason is going to be. But don't be bashful. Don't be afraid to ask for the reason, because they will tell you, because guess what? If they looked into it, they want this money.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Dave, how about you? There you go, bud.
Yeah. I've got my former CPA I went and talked to, and he said that he already did for half of his clients, and the other half didn't qualify. And he said it was based on loss of revenue.
There you
My
go. I
former-
just gave you the answer.
Yeah, but I'm going to go and talk to him again this week, guys, since tax season is over. He said to come back in a couple of weeks. So,
Dave, I love this conversation, okay? If this is an accountant with multiple clients, don't try and take this on by yourself.
well, my question was, can I get bottom line on the phone with him?
Yes, you want me or Michael Glick to be on the phone with him.
Okay.
And we will make a position of why we believe non-revenue businesses qualify for this grant.
Okay. So how do I get in contact with your...
Just reach out to me, Dave, and we'll set it up.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
And another quick question. Can the client have the CPA on the phone with bottom line?
So the answer is yes, but it's really hard on the first call because it's hard to, first off, these calls are 15 minutes. Most of the time where the CPA comes into play is on the follow-up call. You know, there's emails going on, there's quote unquote a relationship, and they set it up in a way to know that the account's going to be on versus, you know, an accountant on a first call, we just met. Like, let's make sure you as an entrepreneur believe that there might be an opportunity here before we bring others on who are trying to bury you. And I hate to say it that way, but most of these accountants, you know, they're not for this if they're wanting to get on the call and listen. And they're going to try and find every reason not to. The last time I checked, entrepreneurs are entrepreneurs because they took risk and made big decisions. For some reason, when it comes to this one, they all want their trusted advisor.
Right.
Yeah, I've got one client that's got 90 employees in the healthcare, going out and talking to, taking care of home clients.
Okay.
And,
you can let that person know. Hold on. You can let that person know that that Jason, who you're speaking with, has helped 3 of the top 5 at Brightstar and 3 of the top 5 franchisees at Home Helpers. That's my specialty.
Okay, because I know I've been talking to her since probably November, and she's been...
Ask her if she knows Brightstar or Home Helpers.
Okay. When I went there the last time, she was talking to her CPA, but they directed me to talk to somebody else in the office. So that's why I was asking the question about getting a CPA on the line.
For that one, yes. That one, yes, because I would want you to set that up with me because that's my specialty.
Okay.
And in that situation, that's a one-off. We'll figure it out.
Okay, great, super. Thank you.
Real good. Hey, Dominic, go ahead.
Hi, guys. Got a company that booked a call, had the call, declined to receive a contract, let it get stale, marked lost, now wants to restart everything. What is the function to get them another phone call? And I have another question.
Okay, so here's the question for you, right? And it's okay to give me either answer. Sometimes they want the same advisor or sometimes they want a different one. Either way, just let Chuck know, and Chuck and I will get it worked out.
So just let
Chuck know the deal number, the name, and if they are okay with the same advisor or if they would like somebody new.
I don't think they care.
Well, just let Chuck know either way, because if it's the same advisor, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
How do we get to the IRS link number 2?
You guys have it somewhere in your back end.
It's on that resource page link that I just posted.
While you're looking for that, Rollo.
Let me finish here. One last thing was.
Okay.
I just happened just this last week. Guy wants to refer to me as a CPA that's got 600 clients.
Yeah, you're putting me on the phone with that guy.
How do I do that?
Chuck.
Reach out to me.
In doubt, email Chuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I go ahead and send her what, the rainbow and the O'Leary video and
No, not with an accountant. You just want to set up a call for a conversation.
Yeah.
okay.
That's going to be a granular, deep, quantify the subjective conversation.
All right. Well, I'll get her data and get that to Chuck and go from there.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Our last question. Go right ahead, buddy.
Okay, I just want a clarification on one of these accounts that I approached. The loan status on the PPP federal side saying it's an ongoing loan. What does that mean?
Means it either hasn't been forgiven or it hasn't all been forgiven.
And will it be forgiven?
Not at this point.
Hold on. Answer to that question is, how do we know? They're doing something with the PPP. There's probably people involved to make decision. But even if it's not forgiven, okay, great. So now they can claim ERC in that time frame if they can't have it forgiven.
Okay. Thank you.
So basically what's going to happen is they're going to get more money in the ERC because it hadn't been forgiven.
Correct.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hey,
Everybody.
We made it through another Tuesday night, and we had the benefit of having Jason here along with us. Jason, thank you very much for participating. Always, you're always welcome, buddy.
I appreciate you having me and being brainstorming.
Anytime you want to jump in, you're always welcome. So you know that.
Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you, buddy. And so Michael Stern, we didn't have much of an opportunity to go down to the second strategy. So we'll do that next week, guys. We'll really hone in on both of these strategies, and then we'll. But here's what you don't want: make sure that you're making your list. You're looking at all the business owners that you know, that all of your friends know. Reach out to them, and then by all means be on the call, and don't be timid about this. You know, one of the things that really, you know, I hear it from people all the time. They want to get completely ready before they get started, and you know, I can appreciate that, but you know, and we don't have to be the experts. See, we've got guys like Jason and his whole team down there that are experts already. And I just tell people to just tell their friends the truth, right? Hey, I just got started in something. It's awful exciting. I don't know a whole lot about it, but if you haven't filed for your ERC refund, I got to put you on the phone with the company that we work with and let you talk with them. I don't know, you know, too much more about it than that. And really, it's just, you know, getting that appointment booked, getting good at doing that. You'll make a tremendous amount of money rather than trying to think about you having to answer everybody's questions. You go down that question road and it just never stops. So with that, hey guys, I want to thank both the Mike and Michaels for being here, and for Jason being here, and for all of you to be here. Hope you had a good time. I always do. And I just unmuted everybody so we could all say good night. So with that, God bless everybody. Stay safe, and we will see you on Thursday night. Night off tomorrow.